X-Ops. Do you read me? Jennifer.
5x5, Fiona. ETA?
You're about 10 minutes from the DMZ drop zone.
Glad to hear your voice on the line. Wouldn't have made it through Iraq without you.
Bet you say that to all your support operatives.
Only the ones who saved my ass.
Just doing my job. We're close. You might want to get your gear together for the drop. Have you checked out your new PDA yet?
Of course. Transflective screen, high-res image, fast uplink.
Don't worry, there's not going to be a test.
Not true. I'll be testing it plenty in the field.
I know it's not state-of-the-art.
M4A1 carbine. Barrel tends to overheat. Other than that, a fine weapon. M67.
Standard issue frag grenades.
Produces casualties within 15 meters. Lethal under 5. Definitely up to my standards.
This is Blackbird. DMZ's in visual range. The drop zone is hot. We'll be coming in low and fast.
You heard the man. Time to get going. Jennifer, you ready?
I'm good, Fiona. 5x5.
You know they say the DMZ is the most dangerous place on Earth.
I know.
But still, $100 million. You think you could spend that much money in one lifetime?
You know me. I've got expensive tastes.
I just want you to explain to me why we're still getting the crap chilled out of us. And I don't want...
Wow, I almost felt that from here. VAN has sent me the contract. It'll lay out all the details of what you need to do. Check your PDA for the email.
Run!
You killed him! Alright, that's okay. You can still verify him, but now we only get half the bounty. Good work, but we get a lot more money if you capture them. Anyway, 1 down, 51 to go. Now let's take care of those artillery pieces. The AN are providing air support. You should be able to target the artillery from here.
Roger, target received. Bombs free.
Great work. Garrett will be pleased. Now get back to the AN HQ. Wow, what a mess. They really needed your help. Go talk to the guard again.
Not bad. Maybe I was wrong about it. And I sure as hell don't mind the opportunity to get something done.
What the hell?
mail from the Allies about that CIA operative working for the South Koreans.
다시 돌아와서 일을 찾는 거군. 어? 사령관님, 이분이 바로 계렬 대령님이 전화하신 안녕하세요.
What do you think? Are you going to be able to work with this guy?
Believe me, I've dealt with lots of blowhards like him.
I've identified each defense point for you. They'll flash when NK troops are in proximity. You won't have long to get from point to point, so be quick. Troops are attacking the north defense point. Troops are moving in near the east defense point. NK troops are moving in on the south defense point. NK forces are attacking the north defense point again. Come back here. The collar is running away. Here comes the cavalry.
Hello.
Nicely done. The South Korean reinforcements have arrived. Ka-ching!
Go on in.
Don't underestimate him. He may act
I just
like
forwarded
an
you a
idiot.
message from a man named Yusuf Uranov. I've got his file here. There's something wrong with Sergei. I don't trust him.
Me either, but he could be a valuable resource.
There's only scattered resistance in the area, but those machine guns could be dangerous. So that's what the Russians are after. Oh boy, knock. The Russians are providing a copter for you. I hope you remember your flight training.
Nice paint job. So much for a low profile.
That should keep Sergei happy.
A mercenary, violence for profit, the two hallmarks of Western ideology.
Charming guy, really.
Oh, I'm sure he'll warm right up once you get to know him. There's the museum, destroy it! Well done, that's one less NK command center. You should play the field a little. Get to know all the major players before you commit yourself.
도와줘.
You're now an enemy of the Russian mob.
Но все хорошо. Это
Sergei leaves things out, forgets things. I'll explain.
двигайся.
The Russians are providing a truck and some soldiers for you.
Say, that truck looks familiar.
At least they patched it up.
Hey, I brought it back in one piece.
There's the Jack. Take him out, we get our bounty.
저기야! 그거 이 도라지 같은 놈.
Roger, this is Expo 2. I am in the air. I see your smoke. I'm at the LZ.
Sergei isn't going to... First the Chinese, now the South Koreans. The Russians aren't out to make friends.
Sometimes you have to break a few eggs.
The North and South Korean forces are fighting near your position. Great, they've blocked the road. If you're not properly disguised, they will shoot at you on sight. retreat. They obviously weren't expecting this kind of resistance. Sergei isn't going to... Is it just me, or does Sergei seem a little crude, even for a mafia boss?
He's so out of his league, he doesn't even realize.
Incredible.
The real brains of their operation is Yosef.
Well, I'd watch out for him, too. I'm forwarding you an email. Yosef is personally offering a bonus if you can finish this job quietly. Yosef just gave you access to a support item he thought you might find useful. I've identified the allied officer for you. Looks like he's giving a press conference.
Incredible.
Don't let the journalists see you take him out. I don't think that's what Yosef had in mind by quietly. Looks like the press conference is wrapping up and the allied officer is preparing to leave. Take care of him before he gets away. 1 down, 3 to go. I've identified the prisoner for you. He appears to be in an SK vehicle moving at high speed. I wonder where they're headed in such a hurry. Good work, you're halfway there. I've identified the SK officer. SK forces appear to have secured the entire area. It seems like they were waiting for the arrival of the NK prisoner. It won't take long for word of the prisoner's death to reach the SK officer. Better hurry. There you go, only 1 target left. I've identified the Chinese tank commander. I think he's on patrol in one of his tanks. That was the last target. Mission bounty is being transferred as we speak. There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location.
간판을 쳐라. 앉아.
That'll be worth something to the Allies.
피해.
This is Allied Command. You have entered a restricted area.
Your SNS signal's being jammed. There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. That'll be worth something to the Allies. Support options are back online. Your SNS signal's being jammed. There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. Now that Division 39's been taken care of, be on the lookout for the Ace of Diamonds. That's General Chang's
I'm on my way.
Chang's responsible for Sung's biological and chemical weapons programs.
Sorry, I can't actually see chat right now. But appreciate the sound alerts from whoever that was. I also can't really see my splits, but this seems like a pretty good run so far, so I'm probably just gonna focus up on it. Try not to get distracted by chat. Thanks.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. Good work. There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. That'll be worth something to the Allies. card nearby. Check your radar for the location. Good work.
Going in. Hey, look who it is. The mercenary. Does some work for us, get some of our...
You're doing well so far. Sergei might not know how valuable you are, but I do.
Dealing with the press makes me nervous. Remember Exop's policy.
Don't get caught.
Схватить!
According to his file, the Queen has been smuggling weapons into and out of the area. But the Allies have all the roads blocked off and
Let's
they own
go.
the air, so how he's doing it is a mystery. Check your email.
Where are you going?
Joseph has some interesting insights into this journalist. He's using the hospital as a cover for his operation. He's blowing up the hospital, destroying the evidence. If you don't catch him, no one will know how he gets weapons into the area. Sergei is going to be happy to hear about this. There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location.
Compilation!
Colonel Garrett is going to be happy to hear about this.
Well,
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. You have all the intelligence necessary to track down the Ace of Diamonds.
I got your clearance for the Ace of... I don't care what they're denying. You tell that Russians...
General Chang is one of Sung's closest aides and most experienced commanders. He'll be a tough nut to crack.
oh, it's hard to take a man named Chin Chang seriously, but I'll give it a shot.
I've marked the location of the Type 07 supergun on your radar. The gun is hardened and has a jamming system built in. You'll need to find a way to destroy it. Your SNS signal's being jammed. The whole area around the supergun is bathed in radiation. You'll have to find a way to destroy it without getting close. lockdown is tough. It'll take a few shots to destroy it. Excellent. That threat has been eliminated. I spotted some strange activity. It looks like General Chang is preparing for a final push. I've marked his location on your radar. Great work. You've verified the ace of diamonds. The Allies are wiring the bounty to us now.
It's the Mercenaries.
We've dropped you into the Allied MASH unit in Kusol.
I'm on my way.
You're about 100 miles north of your previous location. Before you head off after General Chul Khan
Special
and the rest
delivery.
of the Hard,
They're shooting at
you may
me.
want to take some time and get your bearings. You've made the South Koreans decided you're a threat.
You must think you're pretty badass, killing so many of my men and then strolling in here looking for work. Keep it up and I will person.
Buford's starting to sound a little burned out to me.
Maybe things aren't going so well for him.
The KIFV was designed for electronic warfare. It acts as a radar jammer, so you'll have to rely on your wits in there. Agent Mitchell Buford is... You ever get the feeling we're fighting 3 or 4 different wars here?
Yeah, all for the price of one. They're definitely getting their money's worth out of us.
You're close to one of the roadblocks. One roadblock destroyed. Great, 2 down. That's 3 down, well done. You've pissed off the Chinese.
Get him!
Agent Mitchell Buford.
That was close.
This queen brings us much closer to Sung. He's got to be running scared by now.
He's a psychotic dictator who possibly killed his own father. Who knows what scares Song?
Take cover!
The complex is well guarded. I'd advise a stealthy approach. Your SNS signal's being jammed. Support options are back online. Stop him! He's trying to get away!
Roger, this is Expo 2. I am in the air.
That's one Sam taken down.
I see your smoke. I'm at the LZ.
Taking out 2 of the
I am
Sams.
taking enemy fire.
용병이다.
Agent Mitchell Buford.
도와줘.
That man is mighty serious about taking out the Chinese.
He definitely has issues.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. Good job.
Who the hell are you?
Buford sent me.
All right, let's get out of here.
Great. Now get that man back to SKHQ.
들어오세요. 믿을 수 없는 사망자들이야.
이건 전체냐, Park. I'm gonna...
Careful out there. This thing between China and the SK forces, it's gonna blow any minute.
Too bad you'll have to watch it from the cheap seats.
준비 다 됐어.
Your SNS signal's being jammed.
Roger, target received. Bombs free.
You've pissed off Agent Mitchell Buford. I'm glad you stayed on Buford's good side.
I'm sure Colonel Ping's pretty happy about it too.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. Good job.
Ah, damn. Stun block didn't quite work. I'm like an inch away from the vehicle. It's unfortunate. I intentionally stunned myself there, but I was just a tiny bit too far away from the vehicle. That was my fault. That was not bad luck.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location.
Oh, that's bad luck, though. Good lord. Oh, look at that, though. Nice snag. Try to get away from this.
There are 3
Swoop
possible
around and get the
locations.
helicopter.
General Yun could be at any one of them.
Definitely losing some time here, but it's alright.
Sounds good.
I guess he wasn't at the refinery. Not at the reactor either. There's only one place left. He's got to be at the nuclear plant.
I'm not gonna bother with the animation skip. I don't want to do any damage, any unnecessary damage to my helicopter.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. Good job. There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location.
I got stuck tank, so actually I'll just go for the number card normally here. It's gonna do safe strats, but I guess I don't need to.
Good job. There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. Good work. There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location.
Oh, I didn't even get the animation skip. Whoops. That's alright. Doesn't really matter.
Colonel Garrett is going to be happy to hear about this. There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location. You have all the intel intelligence necessary to track down the ace of spades.
It's the mercenary.
Go on in. Good news. This is the big show, soldier. There's only one thing between us and total victory in this theater, and that's...
You'll be spearheading the assault with a platoon of Garrett's tanks. Although you don't have to stick with them, heavy armor is always an asset.
Hey, I'm on my
Satellite
way.
photos show a large concentration of AA near the prison, so use caution. The Allies have made all their airstrikes available to you. You don't need to be shy about using them here. Incoming helicopters. They'll tear through the tanks. The North Koreans have air superiority here. If you don't retreat, you'll be killed. The North Koreans have air superiority here. If you don't retreat, you'll be killed.
I could not stop him. I tried. But there was nothing I could do. He was too...
Alright, so it looks like the sub-45 is not
President Kim.
not within range here, which is fine.
Saul, my son.
The real question is, if I miss the spawn kill, do I have time to get Song normally? It wastes about
launch codes?
20 seconds if you miss the spawn kill.
My son is
So probably not.
He will launch
And I haven't practiced the spawn kill at all today,
I'm on it.
so it'll be
Hang in there, President.
pretty
I'm calling
amazing if I
evac
can
chopper
hit this
for you.
first try.
now.
This is my first run of the day too, so I wasn't really expecting to.
The Allies
Have this
questioned
good of an
President
attempt.
Kim. He gave them the abort codes for the nukes at General Sung's location. I've sent the codes to your PDA and marked Sung's location on your radar. He's launched the... Oh, no, you've destroyed the computer. There's no way to stop the missiles now. Stay focused. An AN extraction team is on its way for Kim. Now go get Sung.
This is your fault.
Hell yeah.
Yours and yours alone.
The chase is over. We're finished.
Colonel Garrett is going to be happy to hear about this.
Oh, look at that time. So close.
Good job.
So close to the sub-45. But you know what? I'll take it. I will definitely take it. Wow, what a run. That is definitely the best run of this game I've ever had before. Which, you know, at first it's like, of course it's the best game. It seems kind of obvious.
It's just awful. Report.
But, you know, sometimes you can have a better time and not actually have a better run, you know, because I have some new strats that weren't incorporated in the last run. But no, this was, even with those new strats, this was definitely the best run I've ever had. Wow, all right. First and foremost, I want to say, Raider, thank you, dude. Like, thank you for, like, always showing up in chat, always bringing good vibes. I feel like you and Peng, oh, Peng's here too, I was about to say. I was like, you and Peng have, like, really stuck with me through this specific grind that I've been on for the sub-45, which, again, unfortunately, I didn't get the sub-45 this time, but, you know, it's coming. I'm happy enough with this record, though, that, like, I think I might move on from this category, just to, like, kind of do some more fun things. Like, I want to do baggage carrier, for example. I've been kind of itching to do that. I'm not at all, like, I don't feel any, like, salt or, like, oh, man, I wish I had gotten the sub-45. Like, it's good. This was a good record. I'm really happy with this run. So, yeah, let me go ahead and break this down. And I think it'll kind of make sense when I break down the run why I'm so happy with it. All right, So, started off very strong, actually. It was a really good ante-up. The only reason I lost a little bit of time there was because I didn't point the laser quite correctly at the artillery units, and so I had to wait an extra second or two there for it to, like, fully hone in. Alright, so before I move on here. In-game time, 38 minutes and 48 seconds. I think that's a new minute barrier broken. So that's pretty exciting. 2 saves. One in the middle to get the bunker buster, one at the end so that we could do New Game Plus. 7 retries. Those are all intentional. Those are all warps. So there were no unintentional restarts or anything like that this run. And 63,000 meters traveled. I'll go ahead and continue just so we can check out some more stats later. Alright, so one of the biggest time losses in the entire run was this split right here, RNG City. I think I had like over 10 seconds of potential time save and I lost 13 seconds. So this was like, you know, 20 to 30 seconds of time loss completely due to RNG, right? And so if you take that into perspective of like how good this time is, and then you just like tack on 30 seconds of stuff I had no control over, you can see like how good the execution was on this. Things started to pick up immediately with what's the name of this? Stem the Tide, which is like a very despised contract because it does rely on a lot of RNG. But it's also it's a combination of skill and RNG, and I performed well here, but I also got a nice bit of luck too. And so this was like, I think like less than 5 seconds off of a gold. So this was a really good Stem the Tide. I was really happy with that, and that definitely kind of like got me into the right mindset for the run. I have a really nice new strategy on. I'm trying to scroll my. Oh wait, I have a mouse. This is a lot easier. Okay, Chop Chop Bop. This is Foothold. I have a improved strat for the crash landing on Foothold that results in me dying way less and also like landing much closer to the truck more often. So that's really nice that this split, I don't think this split will be a problem anymore. This split has like become problematic recently where I would actually like die there somewhat frequently. I don't think that's going to be an issue anymore. 3-pointer was pretty textbook. There is a half-court fling strat for this where you can like throw the money box from like the middle of downtown Pyongyang and hit the target with like relative consistency. I was getting close to like 40% consistent with it, but I was doing it months ago when I was like grinding for this time. But it just got too exhausting doing restarts because of like, you know, getting like 12 minutes into the run and then having to restart almost, you know, basically every time because I couldn't hit that shot. So I just went back to the normal strat. So this was good execution with the old strat. The new strat, even when I go to try to beat this time, I'm still probably not going to incorporate half-court fling strats into it. I think half-court fling is not going to be necessary unless I go for like a sub 44, which I might one day, but not anytime soon. This was normal. Pest control was fine. The Jack contract was really good. I think I almost golded this, and there's a couple reasons for that. I had overall just like really good execution. I had a couple of kind of lucky things happen, like the HVT didn't run too far away from me, and he was actually facing me, so I got a quick takedown. And then I took a bit of a gamble. This is something I've been doing recently. I'm not killing the AN gunners in the Blackhawk anymore, and the reason being is that the only reason I kill one of the AN gunners is so that they won't shoot troops in the surrounding area, like North Korean troops that they might see like way off in the distance. Because if they do that, they aggro the Mafia guy, and then it's impossible for me to get the warp. The problem is that is like a difficult enough thing to do. Is like killing the gunner while I'm in my little North Korean scout helicopter is difficult enough to do that it in and of itself became like almost an inconsistent strat. So I just decided, you know what, I'll just take the RNG on this one, like, and it's also faster to not kill the AN gunner, right? So it's like I'll try to take the free time save with less work on my end, like it's less skill dependent to like have to do it, and I save some time, and I either get it or I don't, and so I decided to go with that. So that saved me some really nice time here. Playing the odds was pretty much perfect. Omerta was pretty much perfect. I got the disguise. I can't remember which number cards are which. I think it's between like I'm not even gonna guess, but the number cards on the western side of the map. I got a disguise between them, so that definitely helped me and saved some time. That's like relatively consistent, but I haven't like quite gotten it down to a science yet. Next split. This split was this is just like a bunch of number cards that I go for. This was almost perfect. I took a safe strat on the number card that's by the tank tunnel. You can land right next to him and like verify him and get out of there, but every now and then if you try that, the tank will like blow you up. So I took a safe strat and landed a little bit away from him, which lost me a couple seconds. The Queen of Diamonds contract. This was all pretty good. I missed my rockets at the first HVT on top of the plateau. There's like a guy nearby that has a RPG, and I kill him as a safety strat. And I missed him, so I had to kind of double back, which wasted me a couple seconds. And yeah, overall, this was like good, but not perfect. There's definitely some room for opportunity, or sorry, some room for like time save in the future. The Ace of Diamonds was pretty much perfect, other than like maybe the actual splatter could have saved like a second if I landed on him perfectly. Chopper Swapper was a little wonky. I actually threw the flare for the helicopter that I steal at the very start. I threw that too far to the left, so the helicopter kind of came in at an awkward angle, which lost me a second or two. But otherwise, this was fine. I think no, I didn't get fast dialogue here. I got fast dialogue later. This was textbook. Oh man, the tent contract, Clear Channel. That was the run almost died there. God, what happened? So when I shot the second to last Chinese tent, I turned the Chinese hostile, which doesn't normally actually happen, surprisingly, or at least I don't think it does. And then Fiona was like, "Oh, you've pissed off the Chinese or whatever." And for some reason, that like really distracted me. And then I was trying to like refocus, and I shot the final tent. And then when I was trying to pull away from that, my finger kind of slipped off the analog. So I was kind of moving toward the journalist I had to kill very awkwardly, and I really had to recover it. And so I was late. Like the fade out happened while I was really far away from the journalist, but I stayed really calm, and I was like, the only way I'm gonna get this is not if I like spray desperately from like a mile away. I need to like fly as close to the journalist as I can and shoot him in the last few frames of the fade out, or I'm not gonna get him. And that's what I did, and it worked. So like that very easily. Like I was like just a few frames away from losing that, from like not getting that contract warp. So that was like very close to the run dying. Acid Queen was pretty much perfect. I think I was going against a gold there, so it makes sense that I lost time. I saw that I golded this. I was honestly kind of surprised by that. It did go like as good as I think it can go. Oh right, it's because I got fast dialogue. That was literally it. So every time I do this contract, I'm always like, why am I losing time? Why am I losing time? Well, it's because I got fast dialogue in my gold, and in this split I got fast dialogue again. So that was a nice little gold there. The bridge to boom, the contract boom, that went off without a hitch. That was really good. I've now realized there's two things you can do there. You can either pick up the South Korean soldier that's next to the South Korean base, or you can pick up one of the SK elites that's by the two elites that you kill. And I didn't actually know which was faster, but I think I figured it out that it's much faster to get the soldier that's actually like by the helicopter by the HQ. And then yeah, this contract here, this looks bad. Like it looks like I lost a lot of time here, and like obviously objectively I did lose a lot of time here. But I was running against a really, really good split here. This went really well, actually. There were a couple little mistakes here and there, and like literally the sub 45. The difference between the sub 45 was like the one HVT that I chose not to do an animation skip on as a safety strat, and then one of the HVTs later that I accidentally didn't get an animation skip on, right? So like, literally, I think either of those two things, but definitely like if they had been combined, those would have been enough to get me the sub 45. But otherwise, like the time loss here was kind of just like little bits here, little bits there. I messed up the stun block on, I think, the 8 of spades or the 9 of spades, whatever. The first one I go for, I messed up the stun block. That was my fault, so I lost it easily 4 to 6 seconds there. Then on the next number card, I tried to sideways splatter them, and I got like an awkward little skedaddle out of them. I actually recovered that really nicely. I was able to get a sideways splatter on them in a really, really, really narrow space. So, like, bad luck, but then followed up by excellent execution. But that lost me some time. I lost time on the king because I didn't do an animation skip. I lost time on the HVT that's by the troop tunnel because I was going to do a safety strat. But then when I checked, so the safety strat is to like, there's only 2 tanks that can spawn in that tunnel. So I have 2 rockets, so the safety strategy is just blow up both the tanks so you don't have to worry about them. But when I went to go check, I had stuck tank. Like, the tank that was there was a stuck one, so I had no reason, there was no reason to blow it up. So that wasted me a bit of time, like just checking like what the status of that tank was. And then I lost a little bit of time on like 2 number cards later because I didn't get an animation skip. And then I actually lost a decent bit of time because I got a really bad Humvee spawn at the MASH when I medevaced. That was like the worst Humvee spawn I could have gotten. So there were all of these like little things that went wrong in that added up to this big time loss. But that's a really long split. So like honestly, this went pretty well. I'm looking forward to running against this because it's a nice like... The run I was going against before this, the one I just beat, had a essentially perfect end game. It's honestly amazing. It looks like I actually did save. I came out of the ace of spades 45 seconds ahead. Or sorry, the ace of diamonds 35 seconds ahead. And then I was actually 37 seconds ahead going into like the final contract in spades. So I actually was saving time, which is pretty unprecedented. Like I was going up against like one of the best end games not even one of the best end game I've ever done in this game was what I was going against here. So at least now I've got some like wiggle room with this time loss to like compare against in future attempts. So I think that'll be kind of nice, a nice relief. And then yeah, basically a perfect ace of spades. I don't think there was any real time save potential there other than just like little RNG things that might have gone like slightly better or worse. So really, really good run. I'm very happy with this. It was 90% of my time loss. Well, I'm not going to ascribe a number to it, but like most of my time loss was RNG related. So like as far as execution goes, this was really good. The new sum of best is 43 minutes and 26 seconds. So I have, and that includes like half court fling, by the way, which is a strat I'm not even using in the run and saves like 15 seconds. But yeah, so I have like roughly a minute and a half of time save potential. So sub 45 is absolutely possible, absolutely going to happen. Don't know when, but it's coming. Sub 44 is like technically possible, but I don't know if I'm going to be the one that like ultimately goes for and tries to get that. But I hope that does happen at some point because I do think it's possible. Yeah, and I guess that's pretty much it. We'll look through the stats here real quick, and then I'll check chat, and we'll call it a wrap. So, favorite weapons, the anti-tank rocket. That's just whatever you had equipped for the most play time, in case you're wondering. Favorite vehicles, the North Korean helicopter, of course. And I used these vehicles. It looks like obviously the North Korean helicopter was traveled the most, and then followed by the Mafia helicopter. And then Foot. Foot's actually the third highest distance traveled thing. 150 enemies killed. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Let me check chat here real quick. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I've already kind of covered this in, but yeah. Cool. All right, I guess that's pretty much, I guess I can read through this a little bit. Oh, even Hyozen was here too. Awesome. All right, well, thank you guys very much for watching. Super hype. Finally got a new 80% record. Hell yeah. And yeah, I'm going to cut the stream there, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.